police armed Fox 10's Nicole Garcia with some ammunition rounds and put her through part of the department's tactical training program.
Recently, the Phoenix Police Department took a closer look at officers' use of deadly force and made some changes to their use of force policy. Some of those changes affect the way officers respond to certain individuals and focuses on de-escalation tactics. Officers practice those skills here at the department's Tactical Village, where instructors and actors bring common scenarios to life.
If you are in control of yourself, then you have a chance to control the situation. If you lose control of yourself, chances are you're going to lose control of the situation.
This is a course that officers who've just passed the academy go through, and now me. I strap on protective gear and am armed with a gun that fires simunition rounds, which are paintball-like bullets.
These are calls, radio calls, that our officers go to 1,000 times over. And it just, a lot of times, it's the calls that you become complacent on that turn into very deadly encounters.
The first call is to a home where a man is threatening to kill his wife. She has a restraining order against him.
Excuse me, sir.
What do you want?
What's your name?
I didn't call you. Get out of here.
What's your name? Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Show me your, put the gun down. Put the gun down.
I didn't call you. I'm going to go inside and kill that woman.
Put the gun down.
If I get inside, I'm going to shoot her.
Put the gun down and you won't get hurt.
So why did you shoot him?
Because
in the back?
He said he was going to kill her.
Man, you shot the guy in the back, though.
He said he was going to kill her and he had a rifle.
So what does that mean? You were doing it to do what?
To prevent him from killing somebody or myself.
Right, so you were doing it in the third-party defense.
Yes.
In defense of a third party, so which is justifiable.
I was overthinking it, and I think I wanted to open fire right when he brought out the rifle. But in my mind, I was like, is this going to be justified? Do I have to wait? I was thinking a lot of things.
Right. That's what we as officers have to fight that as well. What's the perception going to be like? I just shot a guy in the back. Oh my goodness. The media is going to crucify me if I just shot a guy in the back.
Oh, we will, and we will.
Right, and so, you know, all that goes through your mind.
The next scenario, a convenience store manager calls police to remove a homeless man from the back of the property.
Hello? Just put the rock down.
No, I can't put the rock down. It's my friend. His name's Dwayne.
Well, Dwayne wants to be on the ground. Can you put Dwayne on the ground?
He doesn't want to be on the ground.
For 10 minutes, we go round and round the dumpster as he dodges my attempts to get him to put the rock down.
Why don't you put Dwayne down?
Oh, I'm not thirsty. And he doesn't drink water. He only drinks the alcohol stuff back there.
Okay, well, I'll get you another bottle of alcohol if you put Dwayne down.
You what?
I'll get you another bottle of alcohol if you put Dwayne down.
That doesn't seem very cop-like.
That's not something you want to offer.
That's not a negotiating tactic?
You don't want to... The Supreme Court says that we can lie in an investigation to do what we need to do to further that investigation. You want to make that the last resort.
This was a lesson in engaging a suspect and figuring out what he wants or needs in order to get him to follow orders and leave the property.
Why don't you walk around the corner to the
That was a walk in the park compared to the last scenario.
Let me see your hands. Put the gun down.
I'm not going back to jail today.
Okay, stop. Stop.
I'm not stopping.
Scenario's over.
The headline would be, police officer shot an unarmed man. Okay? What is your concern, though, if he comes and you're about to engage in a physical confrontation and he hurts you physically to a point where you can't protect your gun anymore? What would your concern be?
That he could potentially kill me.
So even though he disarmed himself, if the two of you get into a confrontation, is there still a gun involved?
I guess it would be my gun, yeah.
Your gun. And how long is it your gun?
As long as it's in my hands. And I think, too, a lot of when you talk about unarmed scenarios where the suspect is unarmed, and people ask after the fact, could you have shot him in the leg? If I'm in that situation, I'm not shooting him in the leg. I'm shooting him to kill him.
Shooting someone to wound them doesn't end the encounter. Either he chooses to de-escalate or the two only ways you're going to get that person, force that person to de-escalate, are massive volume loss of blood or central nervous system. Of the two, the central nervous system hit is going to be faster.
The purpose of these scenarios is to mentally prepare officers, to make them think before they act, and to practice better judgment.
What we want to do is slow situations down when we can, when it's feasible. But of course, a suspect or a mentally disturbed person also always has a say in that. So if they bring the exigency, we have to do what we need to do to solve the problem. We don't want to bring the exigency and force the problem.
Nicole Garcia, Fox 10 News.
That was so interesting, and it shows how difficult the job is. Attorney General Loretta Lynch recently visited the Phoenix Police Department's Tactical Village to personally praise the department on its use of force training, which encourages officers to reduce the use of force and de-escalate situations.
Really eye-opening stuff. Thank you, Nicole, for that story. A Mesa man was killed after his twin-engine plane went down in the woods outside of Flagstaff last night. People in the area could hear this plane crashing and said the sound was absolutely horrifying. You're looking at some of the wreckage here. The FAA says the small plane had taken off from Pulliam Airport in Flagstaff. It's about 4 miles south of Flagstaff is where it went down, southwest of the airport. The pilot has been identified as 76-year-old Homer Mac McClure. The sheriff's office says he was picking up donated blood for United Blood Services at the time of the crash. Residents in the area heard the crash. They called 911. The cause of the crash still under investigation.
A group of baby great horned owls rescued by Liberty Wildlife released back into the wild. They are amazing creatures. The owls were rescued from a Tolleson home back in March after the homeowner shot the mother. They have been raised by a female foster owl ever since, and tonight they were set free outside of Buckeye.
When they came in, they were still too young to know how to survive on their own. So they got placed in with Maggie. She's done all the work. She has raised them like her own babies, and really, we've been very hands-off with them.
The homeowner who shot the mother owl pleaded guilty to killing the federally protected bird and paid more than $4,000 in fines.
Coming up, Banner Health targeted by hackers.
They may be described
coverage only on Fox 10 News. Fox 10 News is back.
Banner Health Systems announcing today that it has been the victim of 2 cyber in the fire truck. Jaden McMurray walked outside. He saw this fire truck parked outside of his home. He was thrilled. The high school sophomore has a very serious condition, which means that he was born with a completely hard head. It didn't move. The skull didn't move. His mother says that the road to recovery has been
seem to be getting better every year.
What's the secret to their success? We're talking to Michael Bidwill tomorrow.
Where should you start when you're told you
investigate?
Home Life lets me lock the door remotely.
shootings targeting innocent people in the valley, and now it appears that the suspect is expected.
about this shooting. Danielle.
Yeah, Carrie, as you mentioned, this latest shooting happening in the evening hours of July 11th, and it actually happened not too far from a previous incident, and police telling us that it involved a young male and an adult and that child in that vehicle. They were shot at, but luckily in this case, nobody was hurt.
We're not going to take this off our list of priorities until we arrest this man.
Phoenix police say the serial street shooter has struck yet again, this after linking a 9th incident to the case.
This incident occurred on July 11th, so almost a month to the date since the prior last incident. June 12th, we saw the triple homicide over in Maryville.
The latest happening near 32nd Street in Oak. Police say a 21-year-old man and a 4-year-old child were in their car when they were shot at.
When a shooter, we believe that be the serial street shooter, shot at their vehicle. Very fortunately, neither one of them was injured as a result.
Casey Walker, who lives a few miles away from the latest incident, believes she was targeted. She says 1 week ago, she and her boyfriend were walking out to her car in front of her house when a man in a green-colored 4-door car pulled up.
He was driving as if he was looking for somebody or just waiting on somebody. He was driving down here, and then we got in my car, and as soon as he saw us, he turned right around and then boxed us in.
Walker managed to speed off from the man who she says looks just like the one in the sketch of a possible suspect.
It's terrifying, actually. I don't let, even my dad, I don't even let him come out here at night. It's scary.
Police say the suspect has access to multiple